Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. This is Diana with the Misfit Journal Maker. And I have a project today that I want to use in my newest journal I'm working on. So I decided I would go ahead and film it. I've seen other journal makers do it. Maybe you've seen it before, maybe you haven't. But I just thought since I was making it, I would go ahead and film it. And so hopefully some of you haven't already seen it and it's something new. So anyway, I'm going to make an altered playing card today, and you can use any kind you want. I have these I picked up at a thrift store, or you can just use the good old jumbo cards or whatever you have on hand. It doesn't matter because you're going to kind of cover it. I picked this one because I have blues in my journal, and I like the butterflies, so that's why I'm going to use this one. Now, you're going to need some, either this is deli paper. I have used, when I've made this before, I used tissue paper, I've used vellum, you can use tracing paper, just something that you can, well, let me do this first. I cut mine in half, and then you're going to scrunch it, okay? Scrunch it up, all up. And then open it back up. And then you're going to scrunch it again. Okay? Now the next thing you're going to do, I don't like using wet glue for this. I use my glue stick. And so, let's see, make sure you guys can see. You're just going to give this a good glue. The whole card. Okay. Okay. And then you're going to take your little thing here, and you're going to squish it in. So you get lots of squishy little messed up stuff. You don't want it to be flat at all. So just make as many wrinkles as you want. Push it in, squish it down. And when you have it like you kind of want it, you got time to like pull it in and flatten it out. So you can see it's got all these little lines in it. So then we're going to take it and we're going to cut off all the excess. Okay. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm in Southern California and it's cold again today. It just seems really weird. I have friends in Kentucky and they're telling me it's in the 70s, and I'm like, isn't it supposed to be the other way around? So I don't know what's going on. We're going to have a couple hot days, and then it's going to go back down to 50. I don't even understand the weather here anymore. It's crazy. And I live kind of toward the desert, so it's really cold at night. Okay, so you're going to get off as much of that as you can. If you have stuff that, you know, is like kind of up or whatever, you can just go under there, put a little glue, and smush it back down. Just smusheroo. Like here's one right here. I'm going to go ahead and smush that down. Okay, that's not really going to matter because I don't want that much of my card showing. So I'm going to, if you want that, if that's fine with you, you only have to do one level of smushing. I'm going to go ahead and do two. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Pull it apart. This stuff doesn't rip very easy, this deli paper, so you don't really have to worry about it. I think when I used vellum, that was a little bit harder because, you know, it's got a different texture. Okay, so now I'm going to put this one down and do the same thing. Smush it in and get all the wrinklies. Okay. Got to remember to make sure I'm up. I tend to be down here. You guys can't see me if I'm down there. Okay, so just push that all down. Covers up the card a little bit more if you have two layers. And I don't mind, oops, it's sticking to my thing. I don't mind if it shows through a little, you know, some, but I just don't want it to show all the way through. Okay, so Now we're going to cut this one off. You could wait a few minutes, but because I am on video, I'm not. But you could make it easier on yourself with the cutting by letting it dry a little bit. But for the sake of you guys not being here all day with me, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right now. Now, I don't know, everybody has different glue sticks. The Scotch Create glue stick is really good. Like I've said in my other videos, you can't really find this exact one. They've got a different one. I called and told off Amazon because they're showing this picture on Amazon. And when you get it, that's not what you're getting. And I tried it twice. And, you know, they need to have the right product showing, but it's still showing the wrong one even today. I checked just like, I think it was yesterday or the day before. So, okay. So see, we've got all these wrinkles. Pretty, pretty wrinkles. This one's a little bit. Okay. So, now the next step we're going to do, let's get rid of this. I just didn't want to have glue all over my mat and have to be cleaning up. Put my glue away. Okay. Now, our next step is we're going to take our crocodile, and let's see, do I want to use, I'm going to use the bigger side on this. I've got, oh, wait a minute. You know what? Okay, this is 3/16. I finally found where it's at. And this one is 1/8. Okay, the small one is 1/8 and this is 3/16. So I'm going to use the 3/16 side because I want the holes a little bit bigger. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to change the little slider here so I get my holes all in the same distance. Let's see. That seems a little too. If you don't have this, you can use a hole punch. I just didn't want to use the hole punch because it's a little bit bigger and I didn't really want my holes that big. So this is going to give me issues with the glue. Darn it. Okay. So you can go as far as you want, you know, as far as distance in between each one. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. Okay. If they stick, you can just pull them out and push that back down. Oh gosh. It'll be okay. That's going to get covered somewhat when you put your trim through there. I'm kind of got a roadblock here. Okay. All these little hole punchy things. I thought I was supposed to catch it, but I guess not. Okay. So then when you get to the corner, you can just keep going. Mine that don't come all the way out, I'm going to leave them there for a second just so that can dry some more. I had another card ready, but I like the way the wrinkles on this one came out better. So actually, you know what? I think, yeah, that works better than pulling it. Just take that little bit off that's stuck. Because I don't want it to pull the paper away. Okay. What? Nope. Okay, so we got them all. So now we've got our holes all the way around the card. And if you do have this, you can use the smaller one. It depends on your trim. If your trim is thicker, you're going to want to use the 3/16. But if you've got smaller trim, then you can use the smaller hole. Okay, so This is pretty good. And now I'm going to take some ribbon. And this is the part I don't like because I have no idea how much I need. So I'm always afraid to cut it. I think this should be good. I hope that's good. Okay. Now last time I did this, I used a needle. And I don't know if I'm gonna, I think this will go through pretty well. Yeah, I don't need a needle with this. Probably be faster with a needle though, that's for sure. Okay. And you can kind of just go ahead and make sure it's all going the same direction if you want to. And I should have pulled this further. I haven't made this in a while, so kind of rusty. Okay. Yeah, I think a needle would have been way quicker. But it's going to be a fairly short video, so just bear with me while I go ahead and put this through. I hope everybody had a good Easter. Ours was really quiet. Just me and my brother here now. Since my aunt just passed away and my mom's been gone, it's going to be about 18 months. So it's a whole different situation at holidays now. It's very, very quiet. So, but that's how it is when you get older. It's funny. I don't know about anybody else, but as I've gotten older, I'm not one of these people that age gracefully, and I'm happy with aging and think it's like the most wonderful thing since sliced bread. I am just not, I don't know, in my head, I feel like I'm 29, you know, and my body's like, ha, yeah, right. And, I don't know. If it's funny, I used to get mad at my mom because she used to say how she hated getting old, and, you know, she'd look in the mirror and she'd go, I don't want to wear makeup anymore. I look terrible. And I used to just be like, Mom, you're just, you know, stop being that way. You're fine. And, you know, and I'm my mom now. I think I've worn makeup maybe twice since COVID started. What is it, 4 years ago? And I just don't feel the need to like put all that junk on my face anymore. I got used to being home not doing it, and I even forgot how to do it. That sounds terrible, but it's true. I like went to put my makeup on. I'm like, how do you do this again? So I don't know. I'm just not one of those people that is happy to be getting up there in age. Okay, so now we're going to attempt a nice pretty bow here. And I have way too much leftover ribbon, which seems to be usual with me, but you can't tell, and I'd rather have too much than not enough, because when you don't have enough, then you're in trouble. Okay, so I want kind of a not really tiny bow, something in the middle. So I'm going to pull these to the front and try to make that cute. Okay, and where's my scissors go? And I'm gonna cut this sideways. I always like to do one way and one the other. All right, that came out cute. I'm happy with that. Boy, I got these little round things everywhere. Made a nice little mess with those. Okay, now we've got our little card here with our whatever type of trim you want to use. I've used like twine. I've used, what is it? I don't know what you call this. It's just like raffia. It's almost like if it's, it reminds me of like the tamale, the tamale, stuff that you wrap tamales in. It's a weird consistency, but anyway, I've used that for this, and I've used other different stuff, just whatever I have on hand that looks nice. Okay, now I've got some stuff here I wanted to try. I've got this little antique like meshy stuff, which doesn't really show up there. It's not really too dark. This one I like. This is like antique. It's got like these little dots on it. It's really super cute. My mom had this in her stuff, so I of course rated it. I think I'm going to cut it. Well, let's see. I think I want to put this picture here of the flowers, so maybe I won't cut it down. And then I have a butterfly. Maybe put the butterfly right there. And I have numbers, and I have this. I like this little, whatever this is. I don't know what, this is not English, maybe French. And I don't know what it says, but it was in something. But I'm thinking I maybe like the pink number. Yeah, I think I like that. And I may cut this stuff down just a little bit so you can see a little more of the card. Cut off the edges maybe, so it's not quite so big. I want it to be seen, but I don't want it to be overpowering the card. So now I think I cut off too much. I have another piece. Let's see if this will work. I should have left it alone. Okay, now that piece definitely is too big. I'm going to cut off just the edge of it. I don't know what this was used for. I'm thinking it was used for like maybe, you know, and ladies used to wear hats all the time, and they had like the little stuff that covered their face, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know what they call that. I have no idea. I don't know. That still seems big, but let's see. And then, yeah, I think I like that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, and I should have done this before I sewed, would have been a really good idea, but I think I'm just going to go over this lightly with some of my Gathered Twigs ink, just to make it look a little, I should have went around the whole sides too. I am really awful at remembering. I'll just do what shows about remember to ink. I'll look at my journals and I'll be like, oh man, I forgot to ink that. I forgot to ink that. And I guess it really doesn't matter, but it just seems like I always forget something. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to put a little glue here. I'm going to stick with my, now I'm going to have glue all over my, actually I don't. I mean ink all over my glue, but it didn't come off. Okay, and then we're going to glue this little meshy thing here down. Okay. Actually, you can't see any of the card, which it's fine. It's up to you whether you want to have the card showing through or if you just want to cover everything up. That's totally up to you. The decorating part is your creativity and what you like. That's the fun part. Okay. I think that's right about here. And that's another thing. See, I just did it again, but luckily I can take it off. I hope I'm not the only one who does this, you guys, because it just looks so much, I don't know. I just have a thing about inking everything. It just, to me, it just looks so much better. If I can remember to do it. Okay, and I decided I wanted it the other way, I'm telling you. It's my first video in a week, so you'll have to excuse me if I'm a little off here. I'm going to try to get a few done in the next few days because I have the house to myself and I don't have to worry about noise and all that stuff, so it just works out better for me. So I'll have extra videos. And I should have done the butterfly with the ink, but sometimes when I do the butterflies with the ink, I don't like it. So that is okay with me if I don't do it. I just think it looks weird sometimes, so I just rather not even try. Okay, we're just going to ink this just a bit. Okay, my hands are all sticky now with glue. Okay, and then I think I just want this to be up here at the top. Or do I want it sideways like that? I think I want it sideways. Okay. So there we go. And we're done. I'm going to put a little more glue here. Stick that down a little more. And there you go. And now you have an altered playing card. It's so sweet. I love it. And I just take mine, and that's the back. Really pretty. And I just put mine in with paper clip. You could also, which I just thought of, is you can get yourself a bulb pin. And you could add a charm or just whatever you felt like. But if you wanted to, you could just stick a bulb pin through this hole here in the corner. And you could hang it in your journal. Like so. So that's another idea you can do. And you could put a charm off that if you wanted to. So yeah, anyway, that's going to go in my new journal. And I thank you guys for joining me. I hope you like this. And if you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, love to have you. And I will have another couple videos coming up in the next few days. And if you want to try this, come on over to the Misfit Journal Maker on Facebook and show us what you did. We'd love to have you and see what your take is on the altered playing card. So you guys have a wonderful afternoon and see you next time.